For all my crypto enthusiasts out there, this is Rottenswap.org. It's a project that I've been a part of for a couple weeks now in the community, in the Telegram, helping development along. This is a great yield farming 2.0 project right here. It's got excellent memes, a great community, and some pretty interesting tokenomics that we're going to cover in a little bit. This is what the front page shows you. And as you can see, I'm currently farming some ROT. There are multiple pools where you can do your staking. You can stake your Uni V2 liquidity pool tokens here. So we've got ROT ETH, ROT Maggot, the highest yielding pools. Then you've got ROT Uni, ROT USDT, and it goes down. You can even use your current pools, like for example Ren ETH. It's got a decent 142.56 APY at the moment. These APYs do fluctuate up and down a little bit, but they've been fairly consistent. And looking at other projects like the Yams and the Sushi and all these other projects, their APYs don't stay as high constantly. So I don't even have all that much in here. You know, I'm not a huge whale or anything, but I've got some Ren ETH in there. And over, let's see, the last time I harvested from here was less than a week ago. So I've already got 63 ROT here, but of course the more you stake, the better. And you can do this with a number of different pools you might be providing liquidity to already. But if you want to get the most, of course, you got your rotting ether, your rotting maggots. I've got an okay amount here. I harvested it recently, earlier today, to get some gains, but I had a couple hundred ROT sitting here. So I decided, you know, let me get a little bit of profit, you know, make back some of this, gas fee money. But it's a nice little project, and it's been giving me some steady gains, even though the gains haven't been that crazy because of the market downturn, and things are just kind of like stagnating in the market. Just today we started to get some more green on the board, but even when everything was all red just a few days ago, I was still making some money with Rottenswap.com. Sorry, Rottenswap.org. So let's take a look at the Medium article that got a lot of people started from the developer Tim Templeton. This is basically a one developer project, but the community helps to govern and to determine what's coming up next. So, from the article, Rotten Token is an exact copy of the Sushi Swap smart contracts with a few exceptions. Number one, the Rotten Sushi token has no pre-mined dev fund, so a Chef Nomi type rug pull is not possible. And this is true from so far that we've seen. There is no dev fund. Number two, the pools are designed to incentivize farming by providing liquidity for ROT itself, rather than creating a low-risk way for whales to dump on small holders to increase their holdings. So this is very true, because you are farming with ROT and with Maggot. You have more of an incentive to hold on to it, to stake it, to leave it right there. And that's what we've been seeing on the charts. We've been seeing a lot of consolidation, granted with a low amount of holders, around 2,000 at this point. And it has even gone down from past days in the past week. We've lost holders, but the price still remains steady and it still goes up. So when we actually get some more steady holders, this thing looks like it could really fly. Okay, number three, the sushi is rotten. Every transfer, 2.5% of the amount is burnt and transformed into maggot tokens. The maggot tokens are valueless since they are highly inflationary, but Rotten token is deflationary with sufficient transaction volume. And here in practice is where we gotta disagree. Maggot is still under 16 million in supply, which relatively speaking, that's a pretty low supply anyway. But even though it still continues to inflate, the price of maggot has gone up and down still. Last I checked, it was almost at 10 cents. And this thing started from the floor. And so now it's worth more than ROT was worth in its earlier times. So what I've seen is that even though the price fluctuates, the ratio of 2 maggots for 1 ROT has been fairly consistent, but we've seen ratios of even up to 1.5 maggot for 1 ROT. Okay, so don't discount the maggot. The higher the volume of ROT, the more deflationary it becomes, potentially creating a positive feedback loop of increasing price and volume and decreasing supply. This is the major experimental change from the SushiSwap protocol, and so far it has been working. When there has been enough volume, the supply did actually go down. Currently, at the time of this recording, it's still inflating. It's over 25 million, but we've been down to almost, at the early 24 million. 24 million change we got down to. I think we even got under 24 million in supply. So because there's been less volume, it's been inflating again. But the tokenomics on this seem very solid. I mean, this definitely lasts longer than a lot of yield farming tokens and projects that they start and in 24 hours they crash. This thing definitely has some serious legs to it. And these are the pools. We mentioned some of those when we talked about it a little bit earlier. Governance: the Zombie Chef ownership has been transferred to a governance contract with a 2-day time lock on any subsequent changes. From this point forth, the Rottenswap community will decide upon future changes for the Rottenswap protocol. So like I mentioned, this is a community-run project. What does the MAGA token do? Nothing yet. Well, actually, you can stake it with ROT and get the most gains that you can get with the farming. So here's some more information about the token. So looking at the ROT chart for the past couple weeks, you see it had that typical high launch, and then it went all the way down from what price? From 19 cents all the way down to the 3 cent, 2 cent. I jumped in at maybe its lowest around 2 cents, 2.5 cents. I remember that being the lowest that I've seen it while joining the Telegram and the community and everything. But this thing went all the way up to almost 30 cents. And now it's got a nice rounded bottom. It's consolidating. As I said, the holders have gone down from maybe 2,500 down to under 2,000. Last I checked on the Telegram has lots of bots that gives us a lot of information. Right now we're at 17 cents, but as you can see, we got a nice steady upward movement. Huge contrast to the huge parabolic break that we had where we over 10x'd, basically down from that level I told you, around 2.5 cents, all the way up to almost 30. Another strong initiative that Tim Templeton has undergone, along with the community members in Rottenswap, is their NFTs. NFTs are pretty hot right now, and a bunch were created. Showing respect to some of the big crypto celebrities. You've got your Vitalik, your Satoshi, your McAfee, your CZ Binance, all in zombie form. And there's more little initiatives like this that Tim and the community are working towards. I've heard the mention of a gambling DApp, there's an airdrop that's supposed to be coming on the 31st as well. We're not too sure whether we're getting ROT or NFTs, and that's if you have 7,500 ROT in your wallet, so keep that in mind. But I feel like Rottenswap has a lot of potential. that at the bare minimum until Halloween, this is going to be one of the most, if not the most exciting projects to be a part of. So I think we could even go beyond that. We could have Rotsgiving, Rotmas. We could just make it sort of like a holiday theme, to pump up the price every now and then and keep things moving along. But the tokenomics are solid, and for now, I really believe in the project. I'm sticking with it. I'm farming on there. And at times I buy a little bit of maggots to throw in my rot maggot farm. But I definitely recommend this project. There's money to be made here, guys. We're making steady money every day. Not financial advice, but if you are looking for a new low cap coin, this is under 5 million market cap. If you're looking for a low cap coin and you're looking for some yield farming, this is the spot to be at. You see they're still integrating yield farming in different projects. Swissborg recently announced yield farming, and Binance and Coinbase, they want to do that too as well, I'm sure. So now's the time. Right now the regulations aren't in place that are going to limit DeFi, but I can be pretty confident that it's going to come within the next couple of years. There's been a lot of talk about increasing regulations. So, if you are curious about DeFi, now's the time to check it out before you can't do it anymore or it becomes more complicated or risky to do. But right now, it's open, it's free. The only hurdles are learning the complexities of getting started, getting your MetaMask wallet set up, learning how to use Uniswap so that you can get yourself some rot or some maggot. Or if you've already been using Uniswap, you can just hop on Rottenswap.org and start staking your pool tokens. Either way, there's a lot of flexibility with the project, and there's a lot to like. Join us in the Telegram at Rottenswap, and we'll see you around.